Hi, this video is to show you how to access resources to do research for class and to look up articles and to be familiar with EBSCO, which is a database that vets articles and academic journals for you. First thing you want to do is go to the school website, Grand Terrace High School. You can Google it if you don't know it. Then you want to go down here to where it says Library Media Center and click on that. Once you get here, you're going to see a variety of resources that you can use, but the first one that we want to look at is right here where it says EBSCO databases. You can go ahead and type right here, and let's say, for example, Harry Potter, type it in. Notice the user ID and the password is right here, so if it doesn't allow you in, you can go back and grab that user ID and password. So see right here, it's asking for it. So you just go and copy it and paste it. So we'll copy that, paste it, and then same thing here with the password, and then paste the password. And now you're into EBSCO. So now you can see here, I typed in Harry Potter, so it's going to show me all my articles right here and videos related to Harry Potter. Now notice on the side that I can filter them. So I can say I want only ones with the full text, so I can read, in other words, I could read the whole thing. Or also I'm going to filter it towards scholarly peer-reviewed journals, which is what you probably will want to do a lot of the times if you're doing a research paper. And so you can see how on the side here you can filter your search results. Let's go ahead and look at one of the articles just to kind of give you an idea of what they look like. This one says the magical activation of the left amygdala when reading Harry Potter. Let's look at this one because it sounds like a science-based one and I want to walk you through that. So you're going to click on PDF full text. Okay, so here's the research article, and what I want to show you about this is if you click on it, when you have a science-based article, you're going to notice that there's probably going to be an abstract at the beginning. The abstract will tell you basically what the study was about. Basically think of it like a summary of this is what the study we did was. So for example, in this one, it says when reading narratives describing such events, readers mentally stimulate a text world different from the real one. And it basically talks about how when they read it and scan their brains, they see a difference in their brain. So then after the abstract, you see an introduction. So it introduces you to this study that they did. And then it'll show you the materials and methods. So it's kind of starting to go through the scientific method here, the ethical statement, the participants. So it just basically describes to you the study. And then it shows how they acquired fMRI and pre-processing. And it basically gives you a breakdown of how they did their study. Here, then it shows you the results. And then it gives you all this data. Here's tables and charts and stuff, explaining pictures, showing. So if you want to know the details of the study, you would look here for specifics. And then it'll show you limitations and conclusions, means here's the limitations of the study, and here's our final conclusion of it. And then usually at the very end, it'll give you all their references for their study. Now, let's say you wanted to use this in your paper that you were writing. Notice here on the side, it says cite. You want to use this and click it because what it does is it'll give you the MLA work cited right here. See that? So all you'd need to do is copy and paste this into your works cited page at the end of your paper, so it's already done for you. See how it has the last name and then first name, and et al. Means and everyone else of the person who did this study. So that's what you would want to do. This is a scientific based one. So let's go back to our result list and look at, here's one that's more humanities based. So we'll click on that. If you click on it, it'll give you an abstract, basically again, a summary. And then if you click off here to the side, you can see PDF full text. Click on that, and then you'll see the same thing that we just saw. This is Children's Literature and Education from 2014. This is about Foucault at School, who was a philosopher, discipline, education, and agency in Harry Potter by Shira Wolosky. So this lady basically writes an article, and it tells you right here in the abstract that the formative power of children's literature is great and suspicious. And then she goes on to describe here that she argues that Harry Potter itself addresses, represents, and reflects socializing disciplines. And then she integrates Foucault into it. So there's the abstract at the beginning, same kind of format. They give you a little introduction, and then it goes on to describe her paper right there. So if this was something that you think you'd be able to use in your paper, you would skim through it, and then this one also has a conclusion. They won't always have a conclusion when they're humanities based, but you could usually find it at the end. They usually will. Again, the important thing is if you saw something in here that you wanted to use, you would click off here to the side where it says Cite, and you'd go down again. Here's your MLA. All you got to do is copy and paste it. So let's look at one more. Let's say that you wanted to know about teen sleeping. Let's say you were going to do a paper about how much you should sleep. Okay, so you can see right here, here's an article, adolescents with smartphones sleep less than their peers. So you could click on it, read it, see if there's any information in here that you would want to use in a paper about how often teens sleep or something like that. There's the article right here. Notice you could also print it. You can save it to your drive. And again, you could cite it too. Okay, so if you're doing a research paper, this is one of the first places that you want to look. It's called EBSCO. Let's go ahead and go back to our school website here. There's a couple other important resources. This one right here called Opposing Viewpoints. Go and find back to the main library page that we first clicked on and find where it says Opposing Viewpoints in context and click on that. This is a good research if you're doing a debate or you're writing a argumentative article. You can see it has different topics right here. And when you click on one, you're going to find that it basically gives you already articles. So let's click on this one, plastic waste. What it does at the beginning, at the top, is you're going to see that it gives you basically an introduction or a summary to the topic of plastic waste. And then you can see off here to the side, there's 9 featured viewpoints, references, statistics, images, videos, audios, magazine articles, and news articles, and academic journals. So if you scroll down, these are all the articles already found for you right here. So basically, and they're both pro and con academic journals are right here. Let's go back and look at something that's a little more like abortion tends to be pro and con articles. So here it gives a summary. The summary is supposed to be unbiased. And then you go down here and you can see that there's different viewpoints that they offer, different articles, different references. And again, they'll be on both sides of the issue. So you have to go in and look for articles that either would take the side that you want to write about, or if you're writing basically a research article on both, then you can look through any of these resources here. So this is a good source to use if you want to look for issues that you're going to debate. Last thing that you would want to look at is here is you could click on if you want to borrow an ebook from our library, that's another resource too.